So you have your sheet, your plastic sheet printed from the inkjet printer. And what I'm going to do is cut them into segments. Make sure you leave enough white space around them. You don't want to cut them real close. I like the white space around the edges. It makes a nice finish. Okay. So now you have all your things cut up into pieces, and I'm going to trim it. I like to round my corners so you don't get any sharp edges on your pieces when they're baked. This is the inkjet paper that I'm using now. You can get other kinds. So now I have a piece. Okay, so here I have my cut up pieces. And see the white around them, it makes a nice border. I've got a magazine to press them down. And I've got these pieces on a cookie sheet. They are on top of parchment paper. You don't want to put them directly on a cookie sheet or they will stick. And I use a really old cookie sheet for crafting. I don't like to put food on there. So what I'm going to do is put a piece of parchment over them, so when they curl, that kind of holds it down. And then I'm going to put them in the oven. I've got it set at 320, and I'm going to put them in for approximately 2 minutes and 30 seconds, no more than 3 minutes. Okay, I'm taking this batch out at 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to put this magazine over it, just press them down, make sure they're flat. I'm going to move the hot pan to a cool surface so it cools down quickly. Take the book off. Take the parchment off. Alright. You see how small they are? Okay, here we are. I'm giving these pens the last coat of clear glaze. It's from Krylon. It is really nice stuff. I also have a matte finish from Krylon, which means it's like a flat. It doesn't have any type of gloss to it. I like the gloss. So I'm just going to give them one more coat. Alright, and I'm going to give them a couple of hours to dry, and then they'll be ready to put the backs on. Some shrink plastic pieces that have already been baked. And instead, I sprayed all of these with a gloss, at least 2 coats, because not all inkjet printers are color fast after you print them, even after you bake them. And my first whole batch was ruined the first time I used this because everything ran because this is liquid. So we're gonna put on Mod Podge, and it's a dimensional coating, and I like it for small things. I don't like it for very big things because it's very easy to get bubbles in it, and if you get a bubble in it, it's ruined. I don't like it. So I have one that is already dry, because you're going to want these to dry for about 24 hours. Can you see the gloss on there? And it is thick. Can you see that. And I like the finish on it, but I prefer the flat gloss layering that I do with the spray lacquer. Okay, so we'll do this. I'll show you how to put it on. We've got the Mod Podge. It has a little tip there. And what you're going to want to do is just put it on kind of thick. Go around the edges. And then I'm going to fill in the middle. Don't get too crazy doing this or you'll whip it up and you'll get air bubbles in it. Alright, and now I'm just going to put a couple extra drops in there. There's a bubble. Okay, so now we have a bubble and I'll do this. That gets it out. The little tiny ones are the ones that are hard to get out. And don't push them over the edge or you'll get it all draining over the edge of your piece. All this liquid will drain off. Not all of it, but it tends to run a little bit. Okay. There we go. Oh, I got the bubble out. It's over here. Okay. So we will let this set for 24 hours. I like it, and then you don't get any fingerprints in it.